everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay, so now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 29th of October 2021. Starting with very first question. Konkan Shakti 2021 is the first ever tri-services joint exercise between India and which country? So this exercise is the first ever tri-services joint exercise between India and UK that has begun recently. So this will be a kind of platform to share each other's experiences and to showcase the cooperation between the two countries. And the maritime component of the exercise will be conducted off India's west coast and harbour phase will be held in Mumbai. And the land phase of the exercise will be held at Chowbatia in Uttarakhand. So correct answer is option number A. Now talking about Uttarakhand, few days back the Uttarakhand Forest Department has inaugurated the first palmatum of the state and it has been developed in Haldwani area of Nainital district. Then there is one more exercise, Guardian of the South First, and this is a joint exercise between Egypt and Sudan. Now apart from it, the Aerial Archaeological Mapping Explorer has been launched in UK to offer virtual flights over ancient landscapes, and now this digital tool will allow the users to see landscapes from England's past. Also recently, India and UK have agreed upon a forward action plan on power, transportation, renewables, green finance and research as a part of 2030 roadmap. Okay. Question number 2. The Reserve Bank of India has imposed a monetary penalty of 1 crore rupees on which payments bank recently? So the RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of 1 crore rupees on Paytm Payment Bank recently, and this was regarding submitting the information that did not reflect the factual position. It is an offence under Section 26 Clause 2 of Payments and Settlement Act. And not only this, RBI has also imposed a penalty of 27.78 lakh rupees on Western Union Financial Services for non-compliance with money transfer service scheme directions. Now apart from it, HDFC Bank, MasterCard and USAID have commenced a sum of $100 million credit facility for small businesses in India. And this new credit facility aims to expand lending to small businesses that need financing to maintain and grow their operations. Also, it lays emphasis on supporting women-led business and focus more on digitization of banking services. Now, a few days back, we have also seen that RBI has removed Indian Overseas Bank from its PCA framework. Actually, this bank was placed in this framework in the year 2015, but now it does not meet the criteria of PCA framework, hence it has been removed. And last month, Bank of Baroda has stopped digital scorecard for 2020 to 21 with a total of 86% marks on it. Okay. Question number 3. Sandra Mason has been elected as the first ever president of which country? So Barbados has elected its first ever president, Sandra Mason, to replace Britain's Queen Elizabeth as head of state. Actually, Barbados is a former British colony that gained independence in the year 1966 but had maintained ties with the British monarchy. But now there have been calls from across the country for full sovereignty and home ground leadership. And Sandra Mason was a former jurist who has been Governor General of country since the year 2018. Now apart from it, Tunisia has its first ever female Prime Minister, and who's that? Najla Borden. The new Prime Minister of Canada is Justin Trudeau. Also we have seen that Mr. Rajneesh Kumar has been appointed as chairman of BharatPe. Also, book of Rajneesh Kumar has been released recently, the name of which is The Custodian of Trust. Then Mr. Anil Bhatt has recently been appointed as Director General of Indian Space Association, and Vice Admiral Adhir Arora has taken charge as Chief Hydrographer of Government of India, and he has replaced Mr. Vinay Badhwar. Question number 4. As per the 2021 Global Agricultural Productivity Report, what is the annual rate of total factor productivity? So according to this particular report, total factor productivity is growing at an annual rate of 1.36%. And this is below the Global Agricultural Productivity Index, whose annual target is at 1.73% growth to sustainably meet the need of consumers for food and bioenergy in the year 2050. Actually, this TFP, that is total factor productivity, tracks changes in how efficiently agricultural inputs such as land, labor, fertilizer, machinery, etc. are transformed into outputs like crops and aquaculture products. Fine. Now apart from it, as per the Union Budget 2021 to 2022, the total public health sector allocation stood at 1.2% of GDP. Actually, recently FICCI and KPMG in India released a report titled as COVID-19 Induced Healthcare Transformation in India, and as per this particular report, India needs to raise public health spending to 2.5 to 3.5% of GDP to support healthcare transformation. And the report also suggests to set up a district level health system index. Okay. Now apart from it, under Prime Minister Fasal Bima Yojana, the premium to be paid by farmers is fixed at 1.5% of sum ensured for Rabi crops. This is 2% for Kharif crops, while it is 5% for cash or horticulture crops. And the balance premium is split between center and states. That's why the government has also constructed a working group that would work to find out the reasons for high premium rates and suggest mechanism to rationalize them. Okay. Question number 5. Nuri is the first homegrown rocket launched recently by which country? South Korea has launched its first homegrown rocket, and it is named as Korean Satellite Launch Vehicle 2, also called as Nuri. So this vehicle took off from Gohyung, which is about 500 kilometers south of Seoul. Though it completed its full flight sequence, the vehicle failed in its goal of putting a dummy satellite in the orbit. Also, South Korea plans to carry out 4 more launches of the Nuri until 2027 to increase reliability. Okay. Now apart from it, last month I think we have seen that Pakistan has successfully tested flight of Fateh-1 guided multi-rocket system. This has been indigenously developed and it is capable of delivering a conventional warhead for the country. Also, in the starting of this year, Pakistan has successfully test fired Shaheen 3 missile, which is nuclear capable, surface-to-surface ballistic missile, and it can strike the targets up to 2,750 kilometers. Now apart from it, North Korea has test-fired a new long-range cruise missile recently amid the sanctions imposed by USA over its nuclear program. Then the Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and South Korean Defense Minister have inaugurated Indo-Korean Bilateral Friendship Park in Delhi in the month of March. And this park has been built to commemorate contribution of Indian peacekeepers in the Korea War from 1950 to 1953. Okay. Question number 6. IUCN has recently alerted which Indian state on the threats faced by Bengal florican? So International Union for Conservation, that is IUCN, which is a global conservation body, has alerted Assam government on the threats faced by Bengal florican. As per IUCN, development activities and the state government's plan to set up a university at Kokilabari Seed Farm near Manas National Park in Assam has posed a threat to the Bengal florican. So that's why IUCN has urged that this seed farm, which is a haven for the Bengal florican, should be protected by declaring it a community reserve. Okay. Now apart from it, recently scientists have named a newly identified gecko species as Nemaspis jacki after Jackie Chan. This lizard is actually one of the 12 new gecko species found in India, and all the 12 species are endemic to the Western Ghat. Now apart from it, besides the well-known tiger mosquito Aedes albopictus, another species of this genus, Aedes coryacus, is expanding through Europe. Actually, a paper published recently claims that the dangerous mosquitoes have been spreading towards southwest Italy since they were found in north in 2011. And the expansion of foreign mosquito species has caused worries in Europe due to spread of the diseases. Okay. Now talking about state Assam, recently NABARD has entered into an agreement with Assam government for facilitation of 13,200 crore rupees infrastructure projects in the state for more than period of 3 years. Then also few days back we have seen that tropical storm Kompasu has hit the Philippines and it triggered the landslides and flash floods as it crossed the northern tip of Asia Pacific Islands. Okay. Question number 7. Defense Ministry signed agreement with which country to procure Mk-54 torpedo and expendables worth 423 crore rupees. So Defense Ministry Rajnath Singh has signed agreement with the USA to procure these Mk-54 torpedoes. And these weapons are the outfit of P-8I aircraft, which has been used for long-range maritime surveillance, anti-submarine warfare and anti-surface warfare. So the Indian Navy has a total of 11 P-8I aircraft in its fleet, which are manufactured by the US aerospace company Boeing. Now apart from it, the United Nations has recently set up a special trust fund for Afghanistan due to its economic crisis. And the primary aim of this fund is to inject liquidity into Afghan households. And as per the UNDP, Germany had pledged 50 million euros to the fund, and International Monetary Fund has announced that Afghanistan's economy is set to contract up to 30% this year. Okay. Now apart from it, NASA has selected a near space telescope proposal to study the recent history of star birth, star death, formation of chemical elements in Milky Way, etc. And this gamma ray telescope is called as COSI, which stands for Common Spectrometer and Imager, and it is set to be launched in the year 2025 as NASA's latest small astrophysics mission. So this COSI will study gamma rays, radioactive atoms produced when massive stars exploded. Also, it will probe the origin of our galaxy's positrons called as anti-electrons. Question number 8. FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force, has added which countries to its grey list recently? So first of all, it has retained Pakistan on its grey list, and also it has further announced that 3 new countries, Turkey, Jordan and Mali, to be added into this list. So basically FATF affirmed that Pakistan is cooperating and only 4 action items remain to be completed. And talking about Pakistan, in the month of June this year itself, FATF had retained Pakistan on its grey list for failing to check money laundering and leading to terror financing. Actually, talking about FATF, it is an intergovernmental organization which was established in the year 1989 at G7 summit, which was held in Paris. So it was actually established to set standards and operations to combat the terror financing and money laundering. Also, in the month of June this year, Philippines has been included in this particular list, and in addition to Philippines, Haiti, Malta and South Sudan have also been added in this grey list. Okay. Now talking about Turkish Grand Prix, Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas earned the top position and Lewis Hamilton was at 5th rank. And this competition was held at Istanbul Park circuit in Turkey. Fine. Question number 9. Which country has become the top source of Chinese rice imports during January to August 2021? So India has become the top source of Chinese rice imports during this period, and the shipments during the month of August alone accounted for 45% of the total imports. So this data has been released in USDA's GAIN report, that is Global Agricultural Information Network report on China's price rise. So basically it said that Indian rice made up 23% of total imports by China during January to August this year. Fine. Now apart from it, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend the UN Climate Summit COP26, which is to be held in Glasgow. Actually, India is the world's 3rd biggest emitter of greenhouse gases after China and USA. And India and China have not yet made stronger pledges to cut their emissions, known as nationally determined contributions. Okay. Now apart from it, Saudi Arabia has recently announced plans to massive new theme park or Extreme Park. It has been named as The Rig and it claimed to be massive new theme park. Also, the country announced earlier that they were developing a new city with the world's faster roller coaster in the year 2023, and this rig would be opened in the year 2025. Now coming to last question, what is the name of skill development program for engineering students launched by Intel in India? So tech major Intel has recently launched a skill development program named as Intel Unnati, which is designed to upskill and equip engineering students with industry relevant data. And the company has planned to establish 100 Intel Unnati data centric labs under the program in next 1 year. Now apart from it, the Union Cabinet has recently approved 100 lakh crore rupees Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti National Master Plan. And this was launched by Prime Minister on 13th of October, which aims to create multi-modal connectivity in India and bring infrastructure under one common platform. So basically this enables to create a centralized portal that comprises of all infrastructure activities in India involving 16 central ministries and departments to achieve coordinated planning and projected execution. Okay. Now apart from it, under Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, which comes under Ministry of Rural Development, a total of 152 centers for financial literacy and service delivery, also called as Saksham centers, were launched across 77 districts of 13 states. So these centers would act as one-stop solution for basic financial needs of self-help groups in the rural areas. And the main objective is to provide financial literacy and deliver financial services to self-help group members and rural poor. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenuzat Sana signing off.